tight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by BlackRifleCoffee.com.
Welcome to Ross Patterson Revolution. We had a huge show today. Big show. Today, as you know, I'm a sports fan. Die hard. Can't live without it. Some might say a junkie. Some might say a fucking sports junkie. And I wouldn't deny that. Do I have a problem? Maybe. Play a lot of fantasy football. Die hard football fan. So when I got the call today of, hey, Ross, how'd you like to interview Jalen Ramsey, the cornerback from the Jacksonville Jaguars? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like the Jalen Ramsey, arguably the best cornerback in the NFL for the best defense. Jacksonville Jaguars. Talked a lot of shit. Big fan. Reminds me of old school prime time Deion Sanders. And I said, yes. Look, I don't care where he is or what he's doing. Get him on the horn. I'd love to sit down and chat with him. The Jaguars are a fun team to watch. Super interesting. I had a fantasy football special episode that ran before the season started. And I said, besides Leonard Fournette, don't draft any Jaguars. That was one stipulation I had. That was a stipulation I've always had. And I was proven wrong this year. The guy who ended up winning our fantasy football Super Bowl won the last game with Blake Bortles as his quarterback. Blake Bortles was a fantasy football winning quarterback this year. Never would have guessed that in a million fucking years. And their defense, Jacksonville's defense, if you had them, congratulations, you had the best defense in the NFL. And I'm sure you were housing people. Big part of the reason why they're the best in the NFL is Jalen Ramsey. This guy is again. It reminds me of Deion. Reminds me of Revis. A little bit of Revis Island in him. A lot of confidence. A lot of swagger out of this young man. And the best in the biz at his position right now was in the Pro Bowl this year. And we got a chance to chat. His first time sitting down doing an interview since he lost the AFC Championship game to Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. So I'm super grateful he decided to come on the show. We're going to play the interview in a minute. In the meantime, we have some sponsors who pay for this whole shindig to be on the air. First and foremost, we're talking about BlackRifleCoffee.com. Look, they're our chief sponsor at the top. You hear them during the intro music. BlackRifleCoffee.com is who we're sponsored by. Best coffee in the biz. Forget the fact that they're my best friends. They're a veteran-owned company that is truly giving back to the community. They gave away 10,000 pounds over the holidays to men and women deployed overseas. They're constantly looking to help people out and just make the world a fucking brighter place for people. And they've got the best coffee in the biz. I've been a member of their Coffee Club of the Month club for about a year and a half now. And it just gets dropped off to my doorstep the same date every month. And it's about $4 or $5 cheaper than Costco. Some of the blends they have are the caffeinated as fuck and the just black. Those are my jams. They have those in K-cups. They got them in bags. It's a premium roast-to-order coffee. It means they make it right in-house, they bag it up freshly, and ship it out right to your doorstep within 2 to 3 days. Use the promo code REVOLUTION at BlackRifleCoffee.com for a one-time use of 20% off. If you're going to do it, use the 20% to join the coffee club. Once I did it, a year and a half ago, to not think about having to go out and buy coffee every month was just another load off my plate, and I was fucking amped about it. So go to BlackRifleCoffee.com. Use the promo code REVOLUTION for a one-time use of 20% off. Next up, we've got StrikeForceEnergy.com. Strikeforce Energy is the premier energy drink in the land, kids. You can kick the can. You don't need the can anymore. You don't need Kickstart. You don't need Red Bull. You don't need Monster. Find a wedding, tie those cans to the back of the car because that'll be the last time you see them again. This is a tasty, tiny little tin pouch that you rip open and squeeze into any liquid available. Talking about beers, waters, Kool-Aids, liquors. I'm LaCroix and Strike Force is my jam. They've got 4 amazing flavors. They got original, they got lemon, they got orange, and they got Make America Grape Again. They've also got these 750 milliliter bottles that sit on your countertop or bar top, and you can just walk by and boom, boom. Pop a couple squirts in and be on your day. Go to strikeforceenergy.com. Use the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. And that's always. You can use that promo code all the time. And they ship everywhere in the entire world. So if you're deployed or listening overseas and you're saying to yourself, can I really get some Strike Force? Yes, you can. And they'll ship it to anywhere you are. Again, strikeforceenergy.com, promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. Next up, we've got straightrazors.com. These are my OG homies. They've been down with us since day one on Ross Patterson Revolution, and some of the finest shaving products in the biz. Their straight razors are second to none. You can also get them personally engraved. Mine says badass motherfucker on it. Yeah, that's what they did for me. It showed up at my house, and I was like, hey, how nice is this? Not only do I have a dope-ass straight razor, but they carved my initials in. BAMF is what it says for badass motherfucker. And if you're nervous about trying a straight razor for the first time, you can get a safety razor, and those are really, really easy. And that'll kind of get you started and get you adjusted to how the blade is. Blade's strong, man. It takes about a day and a half off your shaving, which is nice. So you don't have to be, racing to shave at 5 o'clock every single day. Their kits are like Tombstone. Their aftershave is the best in the business. It's called Smolder. That's my jam. I use it every day. Their cologne Smolder, I use that every day as well. I'm a big fan of them. Go to straightrazors.com. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION. It'll make a great gift for that bro in your life at straightrazors.com. Last but not least, we've got the Kayu app. That's Kayu. It was started by 2 Green Berets out of Fort Bragg, and it's the app that everybody is getting excited for. They're throwing a party on St. Patrick's Day in Charleston, South Carolina. They're throwing a music fest. And the fun thing about that is if you have the app downloaded, that party is on March 17th. If you have the app downloaded, it becomes available to the world on March 10th. All you have to do is show that app at the door at any of those bars downtown Charleston. Boom, you get to drink for free the rest of the night, which is fucking dope. The app itself is great. It combines traveling, lodging, just any special interests you might have, and it's connecting like-minded people together. You can go hiking with somebody. You can share expenses at a concert. You can go lodging somewhere. You can go to Dollywood. You can go to Six Flags. Whatever you want to do, and you get to see who the people look like. So it's kind of like Tinder as well, where you get to see the people you're spending time with, and yeah, you can start planning trips together and saving money in the meantime. So look out for Kayu. That's Kayu on March 10th. That app is dropping, and it's free. There's no strings attached. You just download it on your phone, and then navigate it from there. Now we're gonna get into Jalen Ramsey. Man, what a great guy. I had such an amazing conversation with him. And again, he's the best in the NFL at the cornerback position. In my eyes, this guy is your definition of a shutdown cornerback. And I think if he's able to stay healthy, God willing, he is on his way to a Hall of Fame career. That's how great he is. Got a real kick out of talking to him today. So without further ado, here is my interview with Jalen Ramsey.
Hello.
Jalen.
What's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Man, I'm real good. This was totally unexpected. I got a mutual friend of ours hooked us up and was just like, "Hey, do you know Jalen Ramsey?" I was like, "Are you kidding me? I'm a huge fan."
Yeah, I appreciate it too.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, you came on the scene like you're about as exciting as I've seen since Deion Sanders.
I hear that every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, just one of those guys who's created just headaches for opposing offenses, and you're exciting as hell to watch. Like as a cornerback, that's rare to make such a name for yourself. I mean, I consider you and like maybe Revis Island, but there's very few shutdown corners who seem like they're bigger than the game.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing is playing the game, doing my job. But I mean, I gotta have that personality too. I gotta have that extra little juice to go with it.
Yeah, you do. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
Are you really?
Yeah, I am.
And what made you go to FSU?
It just turned out to be the right situation for me. It was like the coaches there at the time were good. They were a good team that was pretty young at the same time. So I thought I had an opportunity to go in and help them win a championship.
Yeah, I didn't know if you looked up to like Deion Sanders as a kid and you were like, "Yo, I want to go play where Primetime played."
Not really. It's crazy. I was actually a Miami Hurricane fan.
The U.
Yeah, the U. All my life, I was a Miami Hurricane fan, and I was a Southern California fan, Trojans, for all of my life. And I was committed to USC for like 7 months. And then they had fired Coach Monty Kiffin, and the whole thing started to go downhill. So I ended up decommitting, and FSU. I don't know. I just kind of fell into FSU's hands.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. It's for the good because most of those kids at USC, I've lived in Los Angeles for 17 years. I saw all of them at Hollywood parties, bars, clubs, where it was just like, shit, when are you guys playing football?
Exactly. I figured that it was probably like that. That's an aspect though of why I liked it so much. I mean, to be out in LA, to be in Hollywood. So I'm sure every guy who's went there, I mean, it's a legendary school, and I'm sure that adds to the components right there, like being able to be in Hollywood, maybe run into a celebrity here and there, do shopping, really do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, because those guys like Leinart and Bush and Reggie Bush and those guys, during their height of USC's glory in the mid-2000s, they were out at all the Hollywood clubs. So you would see them out, and it was almost as if they were local celebrities in the city. But I kept thinking to myself, I was like, dude, when do you guys practice? I see you out every single night.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, and like you said, they were like Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart. They were celebrities. So I don't know. Honestly, being able to balance that's pretty good on their behalf. To being able to be that good and still be a celebrity and probably going out every other night or something.
Yeah, because like Leinart, look, if he would have spent more time practicing, he probably could have been a better quarterback. Reggie Bush had a long career. Like he ended up in the game for at least 10 years, which is saying a lot these days.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Who else recruited you besides FSU?
Literally everybody.
Ohio State at all?
Yeah, Ohio State did.
I'm a Buckeye, by the way. I graduated from Ohio State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ohio State did. I didn't like Ohio State though. One, I didn't want to play anywhere cold. So
I get it. Like the winters are brutal, and it doesn't lend itself to like, oh hey, I can train outdoors 365 days a year, like a Florida State can.
Right. Exactly. I already was in Tennessee, and Tennessee's not. It's not as cold as Ohio, but it's also not. It has its season. It has fall. It has, spring. It has winter. So I wanted to go somewhere where I was going to be warm all the time.
I get it. I 100% get it. I'm a Georgia boy originally. I just went because it was the biggest school in the nation, and I just thought, why not have like the ultimate college experience? But I felt like that about FSU. I've partied or spoke or traveled to all of these schools. Florida State has that same vibe where everybody down there is a diehard Florida State fan in Tallahassee,
Yep.
and it's the games are insane. The women are off the charts. Some of the hottest girls on the planet that go to school there.
Easily.
Oh, it's a blast. It's just an awesome time. What year did you come out of college? Were you a junior or a senior? Did you go to the full?
I came out early. I came out as a junior, true junior. I did 3 years, and then came right out.
And what number were you picked in the draft?
5 overall.
5 overall. Did you go?
Yeah, I was there. I was in the green room. I was with my mom, my dad, my niece, nephew, and my brother, and of course, like my agent. And I was in there with them, and it was a good time. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So yeah, I was there.
It is, and like I see, because the draft is coming up next month, and I see some kids skipping it and saying, "No, I'm going to be at home." I was like, man, if I had the opportunity to be at the draft and get picked in the first round, that is one thing you will never forget the rest of your life. That's awesome that you ended up doing it.
Yeah, 100%. I know for some dudes, because it's guys like that every year who are like, I don't know if I'm gonna go, I might not go. I think if you know, like almost 99% sure that you're gonna be a first rounder, that you should go just because it's once in a lifetime opportunity. But if you're a guy like on the border, like okay, I might go in the 20s, or I might go early second round next day, then I might not go just because. I understand you don't want to be like the last one in the green room. You don't want to, it's a whole bunch of possibilities that you don't want to happen.
And it's a long time. Like that draft is a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. Like I said, I was the 5th overall pick, and I was in the green room for an hour and a half.
Man, and did you know you were going 5th overall, like before you showed up that day? Or as it went along, you were like, oh, man, I'm going a lot higher than I thought I would or lower than I thought I would?
Crazy. The night before the draft, I had a dream that I was going number 3 to San Diego. At the time, they were San Diego Chargers. And that was the one place it sounds crazy not wanting to go number 3, but that was the one place I didn't want to go in the draft. So I was kind of mad. Not really mad, but all day I was like thinking about it. Like, man, I hope this dream don't come true. I hope that dream don't come true. I was hoping that I went 4 to Dallas. That was what I was originally hoping, that I went 4 to Dallas, or I either fell to number 8 to come home, to come to Tennessee. But after Dallas didn't pick me, my phone started ringing immediately, and it was Jacksonville. So.
Man, look, everybody wants to go to Dallas. That would have been the dream. I'm sure Jerry Jones is kicking himself that he didn't take you.
I don't know. I mean, he had people always say, it was between me and Ezekiel Elliott. So I mean, that's if you got those two options. I mean, you can't really be mad at him for picking Ezekiel Elliott. Of course, I would rather him pick me, but I mean, Ezekiel Elliott, things that he did immediately for that team.
Yeah, it's true. He's one of the best in the business right now.
Right.
Are you amped when you hear it's Jacksonville? Because Jacksonville's not, being from Florida, you know Jacksonville. It's not that much of a blast as a town.
No, it's not. I mean, recently this year, after we started winning a little bit, we started getting a little juice in the city. It was, the energy was high. It was like super positive. It got a little bit fun at times. I mean, it started to be more to do and things like that. But before then, I mean, Jacksonville hasn't historically been a good team, and it's a pretty dead city. Not much to do there. I mean, there's the beach, a few places to go, but not much to do. It's not one of the most glorified places in Florida that you can be in.
But at least you can stay out of trouble. Like, it's a city that you can definitely stay out of trouble.
100%. You're going. If you get in trouble in Jacksonville, that means you just. I mean, I don't know.
You burnt down the strip club. Yeah, you burnt down the strip club, and then you threw a stack of cash out the window on the way out. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, being in Jacksonville, you won't get in trouble. You're going to save your money. There's nowhere to really, blow your money, shop or anything. So, I mean, I guess it worked out for me. I mean, for the better.
For sure. And did a bunch of your old school friends from FSU come over to Jacksonville with you and be like, all right, cool, he's in state, he's, relatively close at least?
Yeah. So I'm only 2 hours. Jacksonville, and where I live is only like 2 hours from Florida State. So I was able to go back to FSU. Hang out with some of my best friends, go to games when we didn't have a game on a Sunday. Then they were able to come to my games on Sundays too if they wanted to. If they weren't too tired or anything like that. So it was cool being that close and being able to have that fan base kind of follow me, right up north a little bit to Jacksonville.
Yeah, yeah. Growing up as a kid, was there a favorite team that you had besides the Cowboys that you were like, hey, because with your personality, you could have been just taking over the city of New York.
I hear that all the time, but being a Cowboys fan, no, I hated New York because
they were in the same division, but I don't know if like the Jets are, like if you look at the Jets and you're like, man, I could have lit it up and I would have been on every billboard in New York City.
Man, I mean, you never know. And I still have years to play. God, when they got years to play, so you never know what happens in the future. But no, I was never a fan of any of those teams. I was strictly only a fan of the Cowboys, just because that was America's team. And then growing up, they played the Cowboys games literally all the time on TV. And then I guess slightly also I was a Titans fan just because it was the local team and those were the only NFL football games I was able to go to as a kid, and they were on TV locally all the time.
Yeah, were you a big fan of Steve McNair and Eddie George and those guys?
Yeah. Huge fan of those guys. Steve McNair's kids, they actually went to the same high school as me. They're a lot younger, but they graduated from the same high school as me. And then Eddie George, I actually met him. I think it was 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. He started up a financial advisor firm, and he was recruiting me to.
Great guy. Great guy. And I worked with him on a movie maybe, I don't know, 8-10 years ago, and he was always concerned with everybody keeping their finances in the NFL. So that doesn't surprise me to hear that.
Yeah, he's a good guy, great guy, man. He actually still keeps in contact with my dad all the time. So real good guy.
Yeah, he's the best, who just genuinely wants the best for everyone. Because, you can see a lot of guys get it taken advantage of and stuff like that. Eddie's just that dude who's just down, who's just like, hey, man, here's the real situation. You need to treat it like a business, take care of your money, and go on about your day. How many questions and how sick of are you hearing the Blake Bortles questions, by the way?
During the year, it got a little out of hand because it was like every day or every other day when somebody wanted to ask about Blake. But during the offseason, I haven't even been back. I haven't really been back in Jacksonville. I've been home in Nashville for most of the time, and I haven't really talked to any media I haven't really talked to anybody about Blake at all. I've been good lately.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I think he answered a lot of those questions during the playoffs, and look, when they re-signed him, Jacksonville, you guys, nobody really bitched about it. Where they were like, yeah, he earned this type of contract, and we'll see what happens going forward. And the crappy thing to me is, you guys beat the Patriots. Like you know that, right? Like you felt it when you were out there. Like, God damn it, we beat this team. Now look, Patriots went on to the Super Bowl. Obviously, they technically won on paper, but you guys beat the Patriots that day with Blake Bortles as your quarterback.
Yeah. I agree with you. I definitely get what you're saying. I agree with you. We had that game 100% in control until just a few factors played a role into the true outcome on paper, but yeah, we had that game in control.
Yeah, because I'm a diehard Falcons fan. Grew up in Atlanta my entire life. I'm one of those people who would never go to the Super Bowl unless my team is in it. So I went to that Falcons 28-3 collapse versus New England.
Yeah.
And I felt the exact same way when I was watching your game a year later. Was we beat the Patriots. He came back at the end and they got some miracle of God type plays out of Brady and those guys. And that's the way I felt about you. And I was like, man, as a fan, I left that Super Bowl game with a feeling of emptiness inside of me. I can't imagine what it's like as a player, especially when you know you won. You know you beat them. Like, can you describe that feeling and what it's been like this offseason?
It's kind of been like, I mean, it kind of sucked, right? Immediately it sucked right after. Of course, it stung for about a week or two. But then for me, I was able to go to the Pro Bowl. So I went to the Pro Bowl, and for me, that kind of helped me get over a lot of stuff quicker than probably it did some other guys, just because I got to be around football one more week.
Right.
I got to be around like the elite of the elite, doing something that select few get to do. So it kind of helped me get over it a little bit. And then after that, I kind of got to come home and be with my family and friends. So I got over it quicker than other people did. But I know going forward, I mean, I'm training super hard this off season. Already started, and I know when we get back into the swing of things, when training camp and stuff starts, I know we all gonna have a little chip on our shoulder. We all gonna have something to strive for, because we know now, what it takes to get to that point, the AFC Championship game, to get as far as we got. But we need one more step, so we're gonna have to push a little bit harder. You have some motivation.
Was there any Falcons at the Pro Bowl who came up to you and said, "Hey, man, we're with you," and like you beat them, like, because it's undescribable what they're able to do for some reason.
Yeah, it was. I mean, probably this won't be surprising at all, but it was more than just Falcons coming up to us. It was like almost everybody in the league was rooting for us. They were like, "Man, we wanted y'all to win, not them."
All of us. Yeah,
everybody wanted us to win, and not them. And that's probably like the same for the Super Bowl as well. Like, everybody I know was going for Philly anyway.
Yeah, and because I was in Vegas when you guys played, we had a gig in Vegas, and when you guys played the Patriots, and I went into the sports book and I bet on Jacksonville, and there was maybe a line of like 10 or 12, and they all looked at me and they were like, "Wait, you're really picking Jacksonville?" And I was like, yeah. I thought you guys were going to win. And the point spread ended up being like 8 on that, and you guys still won anyways for me. When I went and cashed my ticket, I was the only one in there, and I took a photo of it. It was like The Walking Dead. I was like, oh man, literally no one picks Jacksonville. Did you guys know that going in? Do you talk about that as a team in the locker room, where you're like, man, no one thinks we're going to win this game. Let's just go out and tear their heads off?
Yep. That was our message, like almost exactly. It was like, hey, look, y'all, like we have nothing to lose. Everybody already thinks we're gonna lose. So if we win, we shock everybody. If we lose, I mean, that's what they thought anyway. So it doesn't really matter. All the pressure's on them. So let's go out here. Let's have fun. Let's just leave it all out on the line.
Yeah, and that's the way that game felt too, where I was just like, man, they just keep going for it every down. And that's the way you should play against them.
Yep.
It was unbelievably exciting. Do you still get together and watch the draft with your buddies and stuff like that? Like, since the draft is coming up next month?
Yeah. That's like, I think for just football fans in general, that's like a tradition that you get with whoever your squad is. You get with your people, and you just watch the draft. Probably get some wings. Probably get something to eat.
Yeah, it's exactly. We get a whole spread. Yeah, my wife comes in. We get the wings. We get all of it. It's cool that you guys do it too.
Yeah, same thing. We do the same thing. I mean, at the end of the day, we play football, but we fans of it still. We still want to see where guys end up, what teams we think got better, what teams, maybe didn't make a good draft choice. So it's still cool for us to do that too.
Yeah, who are you hoping you guys pick up? Do you have your wish list of college guys that you're like, all right, we need this, we need this, we need this?
Man, for us, we made such a big difference this year, like the culture change and everything like that. I just hope we get somebody who is, used to winning, somebody who's, from a winning program, or at least used to individually winning, and who's just gonna fit what we're trying to do, like fit how we trying to take this team. Not really specifically one position, because I mean we made it work with the guys we had on the team already, so we're gonna make it work. But adding key good pieces and some young pieces, like our team's already young, I think that'll be good for us.
Some wide receivers. I'd like to see you guys get some wide receivers in there.
Yeah, I think that's that's possibly a target for us. I think wide receiver may be a target for us. I think tight end will be a target for us. Of O-line will be target for us. I mean, you can never have too many O-lines to protect the quarterback who you just locked up with on a contract. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who we get.
For sure, yeah, because I think you guys have the best defense in the league. I'm not saying that because you're on my show. I'm saying that because I think that's the general consensus of everybody. Fournette is, he looked like a god his first year.
I'm telling you, he's a beast.
He's going to be great. And I'm not as down on Bortles as everybody else is. If you can manage a game, to me, he appears to have the skill set of almost an Alex Smith. If he learns to manage the game and you guys get some better receivers, he's only going to get better and better. I think you guys are you don't need too many more pieces to be a Super Bowl contender every single year.
Nah, I agree. I agree with you 100%. And with them locking up Blake, I think that, now that we know that we're not going out looking for a quarterback, a free agent quarterback or anything, yeah, we could possibly get a rookie quarterback to come and compete and learn under Blake or something. But other than that, I mean, if we're going to stick with Blake, we got to go get them pieces around him to help him even more. Our defense, we're going to keep doing what we got to do. We're going to keep working together. Hopefully everybody can stay with us and stay together.
Yeah.
But yeah, just getting some more pieces around Blake to help him and help Leonard lead that offense. That'll be the key, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. How were your draft numbers when you were in the combine? I was watching the combine over the weekend. What was your 40?
My 40 was a 4.41. That was my fastest one, a 4.41.
What about vertical?
I verted a 41.5.
All right, and how about bench?
I did the bench press 15 times. I think it was 14 or 15. It was average. That was my most average number. It was the bench press.
Did you see the numbers that were put up by Shaq Griffin by any chance?
Yeah. I was joking with my mom. I was like, man, the guy with the prosthetic arm, he did bench press 5 more times than I did it.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Crazy. He's a beast though. He's yeah, he got the prosthetic arm, but he actually a good football player. I've watched a couple UCF games just because one of my teammates, Blake he's from UCF, and AJ Bouye, the other corner on the other side of me, they're both from UCF, so they always used to try to say UCF was the best. They were the best team in Florida, better than Florida State and stuff like that. So I actually watched a couple of their games, and he actually a good ball player as well. He's not just like some Cinderella hype story. He actually a good football player.
No, it's great. He's going to be one of the great storylines of the draft. Obviously, Baker Mayfield is another one. But what about you? Is there any college guys that you're still friends with that are coming up in the draft that you're excited to see where they end up?
Yeah, so like one of my best friends, like, will end up being my kid's goddad one day, Derwin James. He of course he's from Florida State. So we've always been super close. He did super good today in the combine. He ran a 4.47. He jumped a 40-inch vertical. He did the bench press 21 times. He's a 215-pound, 6'3" safety.
Wow.
He did really good. He's projected first round. I'm excited to see where he ends up, and never know. Hopefully he end up in Jacksonville with me.
How crazy would that be?
I know. I'm telling you, that'd be what's up right there. I'm looking forward to see where Lamar Jackson lands and how he does in the NFL. Just because, I mean, there's a lot of speculation going on with him right now. People want to put him at a different position. Even though he's done really well at quarterback. He's put up some crazy numbers at quarterback his time being in Louisville. And me personally, I played against him when I was in college. My junior year, I think my last year.
What were your thoughts on him? Yeah, when you played against him.
He did good against us. We beat him, of course, but he did real good. He was basically their offense. Like, they didn't really have as many weapons as other teams had around him. Like, he didn't really have the receivers. He didn't have the running backs that could go make a play and make him just look even better than he is. But he won Heisman off of the team he has. So I think he's good.
I do too. I think he might be a little thin. Like, if he took off running and somebody like you came and lit him up, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think, as his body develops and he gets bigger, look, all of these quarterbacks to me are a couple, 2-3 seasons away, but the NFL doesn't seem to want to spend the time developing these guys anymore like they used to.
No, the NFL is a right now league. It's like they want everything right now.
Yeah, especially from a quarterback, because you're paying him so much money. You expect them to be the face of the franchise, and you look at guys like Carson Wentz and them, and they're like, I don't understand why you can't be the next Carson Wentz.
Right. See that, and that's what makes it hard because you see guys do that like year one. Carson Wentz, even this year, Deshaun Watson did it until he got hurt.
Yeah.
You see guys who actually do it, so they're like, "Shoot, we want that." But then there's also guys who are good doing it the second year. Jared Goff, he wasn't ready year one, but last year he had a good year. He was in the Pro Bowl this year.
Yeah.
Kansas City is sort of doing the same thing with Patrick Mahomes. He didn't play last year. Alex Smith was still the head guy, and now this year they've already said, all right, we're gonna roll with Patrick Mahomes. So we'll see how he does this year. Sometimes it pays off if you do it that way.
It does. It does. Is there a quarterback out there that's got your number where you're like, man, I can't face this guy. I can't tell where he's going every time?
I think, I think, of course, Tom Brady. I think he's the best quarterback ever to play the game. He was very good. Hard to read him. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. I can understand why now after playing him. But also a dude in my conference like Marcus Mariota. I thought Marcus Mariota, for some reason, the Titans have our number. He just does a good job as being a leader to their team, managing the game, kind of like you were just talking about. He does a good job with that, and they have our number. They beat us 3 out of the 4 times that we played, and the one time that we beat them, Marcus Mariota got hurt. So that's why I say Marcus Mariota has our number. And then Deshaun Watson. We played him one time last year just because he got hurt. He was hurt the second time we played him. But the one time we played him, he didn't even start the game. Tom Savage started the game. He came in after halftime while we were already up like by 30 points. He came in immediately. His first 2 drives took them down the field. They scored 2 quick times, took them down the field. So I think over the years to come, him and DeAndre Hopkins, they're gonna be something we got to key on when we play the Texans twice a year.
Yeah, for sure. I had him in fantasy football. He was my starting quarterback, Deshaun Watson. I was annihilating people, and it was the greatest thing ever. And then I got a weird text like the da-na-na on my phone from ESPN, like, oh, you have an ESPN alert. Deshaun Watson, torn ACL in practice, done for the year. Sorry about your life. And I couldn't believe it. Because it's rare to see a guy like him get hurt in a non-contract drill on a Thursday afternoon, and it was shocking. It was shocking.
Crazy. Whatever drill they were doing, I guarantee they won't be doing that no more.
No, for sure. For sure. You're notoriously one of the best trash talkers in the league. Did you even attempt it against Tom Brady?
I did actually. Yeah, crazy. I did. I did during pregame and I did during the actual game. Of course. Think about trash talking. You can only really trash talking if you're winning. So while we were winning, I was trash talking. But as soon as they started to come back and stuff, I was trying to focus up, get in a different zone, and then once they started winning, of course, that was the end of the game. So
yeah, did he respond to you at all?
At the beginning of the game, he did. Yeah, he did. I think I remember him saying something like, "I'm gonna come at you, like I'm coming at you early in the game," and I don't remember exactly what I said back to him, but I was probably like, I probably said something along the lines of, I hope you do, and I guarantee us a win or something like that. But he didn't come at me a lot during that game at all.
Who else that you can't is the best trash talker besides you that you just can't get inside their head?
Antonio Brown. He was really good. He was and kind of going back to what I just said, when you're doing good, when you're holding your own, you got a little leeway. You can kind of talk a little bit, and people can't talk to you as much. So that's why I couldn't really get in his head because he was still handling his business. Yeah.
He looks like a beast out there.
Oh, he is for sure.
Because he's not the biggest guy, and you wonder why he's torching everybody. And at least me, I sit home and think, man, he's got to have the best ability there is, because nobody can seem to touch that guy.
he's a combination of everything. Yeah, he's not big, but he runs his routes good. He's fast. He catches. His catch radius is crazy. He catches anything that Big Ben throws his way. He's good at judging the ball. Has good eye control. I think he's just a good all around receiver.
Yeah, I do too. We have Julio Jones on our team, who's great, but he's still not on Antonio Brown's level for some reason. And you would look at a guy like Julio Jones with the physical capabilities that he has, and you're like, I don't understand, why is he not putting up the same numbers as Antonio Brown?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's one of the top at the game too. To be honest with you, I like Julio's game a lot. But they're just different players. And then at the same time, you got that quarterback wide receiver relationship's big too. When you getting the ball fed to you 15 plus times a game like AB is, then you're gonna put up better numbers than somebody who's only getting the ball maybe 8 times a game.
Sure. Let me ask you what your owner's like. This guy seems, every time you see him, he looks like he's ready for the Kentucky Derby. Is he a cool guy in real life? Like, would you hang out with him on the rag on the weekend and be like, hey, man?
I could.
Really?
I could. Yeah, he's that cool. He's super cool. Him and his son, Shad and Tony. Tony's his son. They super cool, man. They just chill. What you see is really how they are. They cool. Always got their swag right, like they going to the Kentucky Derby.
He's got the mustache. Yeah. I didn't even know how long that takes to get ready. He's also the first owner that installed. Is it hot tubs in the stadium or a pool? Do you guys have a pool down there?
Pools. Yeah, he got pools in the stadium. Yeah, he's cool, man. He's super cool.
That's awesome. Let me get a prediction out of you. How many years until you're Super Bowl champion?
This year. I don't think we're gonna have to wait too much longer.
Okay.
I mean, if I don't believe in it, nobody else will. So I definitely believe it'll be this year.
That's true. And one more before I get you out of here. Since you've become, I would like to say this year in particular, one of the faces of the NFL. Everyone's excited to see you. You're popping up in all these interviews. You're all over TV. Is there a celebrity crush that you have out there where you're like, man, can homegirl hit me up?
Yeah, I remember when I first got the blue check on Instagram and Twitter, I DM'd Rihanna because I was thinking that maybe, once you get the blue check, like all blue checks notify each other.
Yeah.
So, I slid in Rihanna DMs, but I ain't have no luck with that.
I think it's Joel Embiid. He's got no luck with Rihanna. It all comes back to Rihanna, doesn't it? White, black, it doesn't matter what race you are. Rihanna cuts through everyone.
I'm telling you, man.
She could heal the country on her own. Like, that's how hot she is.
I guarantee it. She is that. All that in the bag of chips.
Oh, man. Look, you keep putting up seasons the way you're putting up seasons. I have a feeling she'll connect with you sooner than later.
Yeah, we need Rihanna to hear this and hit me up on Instagram or something. Rihanna, hit me back on many of your DMs. Where
can people find you on social media?
Anybody can follow me. It's just my name, Jalen Ramsey, JalenRamsey. That's Facebook. That's Twitter. That's Instagram, Snapchat, anything.
Awesome. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you doing the show. You're one of the rising stars in the NFL, and I think, God willing, injury free, and on your way to a Hall of Fame career, my man.
I appreciate you, man, and I appreciate you having me on here. This is cool, man.
Yeah.
Let's do it again sometime.
Absolutely, man. Huge fans. Much continued success. Have a great day, buddy.
Appreciate it. You too, man.
All right. Bye-bye. What an awesome guy. Shit. I've been watching his interviews for a long time on ESPN. I watched a show with Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith on ESPN First Take in the morning. He's been on there. Always an awesome interview. Always brutally honest. Always willing to talk to the press. And a guy who's got more confidence than anybody you will ever meet. I can assure you that. His swagger and his attitude inside the locker room he's one of those guys you wish you had 53 of them on the roster, He's a hard worker. He just gets after it, and truly, he thinks that he cannot be beaten every single Sunday. An absolute pleasure to sit down and talk to him. And it's a cool thing to see a young guy doing great stuff for a young franchise and starting something new that they could potentially build a dynasty on. So Jalen Ramsey, greatly appreciate you being on the show. What a crazy, awesome interview. I'm Ross Patterson for Jalen Ramsey. This is The Revolution. Good night, everyone.